February 28th is recognized internationally as Rare Disease Day, and the Global DARE Foundation is here to defeat adult refsum everywhere. Did you know that 1 in 300 people who have retinitis pigmentosa also have refsum disease? Dietary therapy can slow sight and hearing loss associated with refsum and lessen other symptoms.
I was diagnosed with refsum last year in 2022 when I was 51 years old. I was diagnosed with RP 40 years ago when I was 11, and I had so many of the symptoms of refsum already then, but clearly the people who diagnosed me with RP at the time weren't familiar with refsum.
I was night blind at 18, so I became aware then I had a problem. I discovered refsum when I was 50, so I was undiagnosed from those years.
In 2017, I started to have all of this left leg pain. And then 6 months after that, I started to have this wavy distortion in my peripheral vision. It was really kind of scary time for me. No one was really connecting the dots of what I had.
I count myself lucky that I received my refsum diagnosis within 2 years of first presenting with symptoms. This enabled me to start the prescribed low phytanic acid diet, the only known treatment option. That was some 25 years ago.
I took my 4th DNA test a little over 5 years ago that gave me a diagnosis of refsum disease.
By a long series of lucky breaks, I was discovered by the one guy in England who knew what refsums was. I was very, very lucky. And then he put me onto the refsums diet. Sadly, my sight has more or less gone now. And the tragedy is that had I been discovered as a child having refsums, I would not have the symptoms I now suffer from.
I actually saw an ophthalmologist in Boston. She diagnosed me with an inheritable retinal condition. She actually suggested that I get genetic testing. I'm so glad that I did, because that actually gave me the refsum diagnosis and connected the rest of the dots and explained all of the symptoms I was having.
I think that it is really important that ophthalmologists are more aware of what refsum disease is, because there is so much that can be done to slow down the progression of the vision loss, hearing loss, all the different things that can happen with refsum.
I was underdiagnosed initially with retinitis pigmentosa. Having doctors understand that early diagnosis is the only way to arrest refsum disease. The earlier you're diagnosed, the earlier you can change your diet, and the changes that have happened to me, visual loss, hearing loss, peripheral neuropathy, chronic pain and ataxia, wouldn't have happened, I believe, had I been diagnosed properly over 30 years ago.
Thanks to high compliance with the diet, my symptoms have progressed slowly, allowing me to lead a nearly normal life.
Join the Global DARE Foundation community by visiting Defeat Adult Refsum Everywhere.org, and please share this video to raise awareness and enable early diagnosis.